Hi, and welcome to KatRen Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today I have a comic review for you guys. So, this is Heroes in Crisis, issue 4, otherwise known as the continuation of Why Does Tom King Want Me to Be So Damn Depressed? But honestly, if you haven't been reading this, either pick up the first 3 issues of this or check out my reviews for issue 1 through 3 on my channel, because honestly, this has been spectacular up till now. But diving back on into the story, we get to see Tempest drinking in a bar until he's stopped by Donna Troy. He's carried off. I do love the fact that she just kind of has him slung over one shoulder, honestly. Because, it's Donna Troy and she's awesome. I also love the callback to the classic Teen Titans here in the graffiti. Pretty awesome work. I'm not gonna lie. But we get to see Donna Troy's confession, and she's talking about Troy and whether or not it was real. If it was all just made up, and what exactly that means, possibly. But back in the current timeline, we get to see both the Flash and Batman, and they are investigating Sanctuary once again. And they're both arguing as to who actually is the real killer. Because, of course, the Flash believes it's Booster, and Batman believes it's Harley. So, where does this leave them? So, back in the investigation with the interrogation of Booster Gold, Wonder Woman has him currently lassoed, and he's retelling his last hours at Sanctuary. And I do love the fact that they're going back and forth between the current timeline and his memories, and his memories are just seared in red. I do love that emotional impact there, and it continues into the next page. And the fact that he said he woke up, but he was the only one that woke up. So, back in the Superman household, they're getting some maritals on, and Wonder Woman is once again discussing the Sanctuary issue and the fact that it's all being leaked to her. And she's trying to do everything that she can, but this is news. And if she doesn't break it soon, the source is just gonna send it to someone else. So, back into the confessional tapes, we get to see Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, and her confession, in which case she takes off her utility belt and she shows off her scars from where the Joker shot her. And it's pretty powerful imagery throughout this. So back in the current timeline, we see Batgirl is actually going after Harley. She has gone through all of the Joker's past haunts and has found her. And she's trying to talk her down. She's saying that she's happy she's the one who was able to find Harley before Batman. Because if he found her, he would make assumptions. He would see her as damaged goods. He would see her as another failure. And he would decide things for her without truly understanding her. But she understands that because that's the way Batman sees her, as another damaged thing that the Joker's touched. So through this, we see their fight turn into them coming together and them actually holding each other's hands, and Batgirl promising that she's going to help Harley. She's going to try to figure this out with Harley. And the thing that I truly love is when they're embracing, Batgirl's the first person to actually ask one of them, but she asks Harley, "How you doing?" Because, I mean, you have to understand, they're survivors of this. They lived through this attack, and I honestly don't believe either one is a murderer in this case. I honestly think that Harley's just the red herring in this. But I mean, Harley's just being put through the ringer emotionally as well. And I do love the fact that Tom King took the time to show that in this moment. So in the next panel, we get to see an update on Green Arrow and Black Canary. And Green Arrow's pissed that they haven't figured it out. And he's basically telling Dinah that they're either going to solve it now or he's going to hunt them both down and kill them both. Because, let's face it, he's still carrying Roy's hat. He lost his friend. And that's not something he's going to let stand. So, I do love the fact that it shows that some of the superheroes just weren't able to talk about themselves. Of course, Black Canary actually walking off panel, not wanting to be a part of it. But back in the Hall of Justice, in Booster Gold's cell, he's talking to Blue Beetle, and he's talking about what happened with Wonder Woman and how he doesn't think that he killed everyone, but Wonder Woman's saying that he might just be messed up. And that's when Blue tells him that they need to figure this out, like together, the two of them, Blue and Gold. And that's when Booster's saying, and how do you think we should do that? You know, we can't exactly go up against the Trinity or the Justice League. They won't let that happen. And that's when there's a huge explosion in the wall. And we find out that Blue Beetle is breaking his best bro out with the simple saying of bros before heroes. And I love the fact that there is a fist bump in this, because we do get some Blue Gold action. They are best friends, and I do love the fact that they didn't lose that in the story, honestly. But in Blue Beetle's confession, he's talking about Booster and the fact that Booster, you know, while he's silly and he's easily dismissed, he's someone that he's always been able to count on. And for him, that's really hard. So later on, we get to see as both Superman and Batman are discussing what exactly is going on. Wonder Woman dealing with some issues. Yeah, the Batcave's never gonna quite be the same again. But Supes has something to tell the other two. And this is something really hard for him to say, but Lois has been getting leaked files of Sanctuary, confessional tapes that shouldn't have been there. I mean, she's not going to be revealing any names, and she's keeping everything anonymous for now. But it's news, and she's a journalist. She's releasing it. Yeah, and this does cause quite a bit of argument between both Bruce and Clark, and Bruce demands to know, how long has Supes known? How long has Lois been getting these files? And he said days. Days? So days he's been keeping all of this secret from them through this entire investigation. And he wants to know why exactly he's releasing it now. And he said, she's a reporter. I'm a reporter. And the reason why he's deciding to tell him now is she's released it about 35 seconds ago. So we get to see the Daily Planet's What is Sanctuary by Lois Lane. So it's talking about the PTSD and everything that the heroes are going through, seeking help and counseling. And that's also when we get to see one of my favorite new team-ups in comics, which is Harley and Girl Bat, otherwise known as Barbara Gordon Batgirl. but I'm going to call her Girl Bat in the rest of the series now because it is adorable the way Harley's saying it. But that's when we find out that everyone knows about Sanctuary now and that this is going to change the world. And Harley says, well, maybe that's good. The world needs changing. So I gotta tell you, I am loving the heck out of what Tom King is doing in this series. I know as a hardcore DC fan, it is tearing my heart out each issue, seeing how all of these characters who have meant so much to me for years are being torn apart, and a lot of them just slaughtered. But what he's doing, talking about PTSD, dealing with depression, dealing with pain and loss and injury, I feel like it's a story that needs to be told, and I feel like it coming through a story about heroes, it's probably gonna reach more people, honestly. So please do pick this up if you haven't already. This series is fantastic. And even, you know, if you're on the fence about a lot of it, Clayman's art is beautiful throughout. It's been gorgeous throughout the entire series, and I've been loving it. But as per usual, guys, please do give me a like if you like this video. Comment below and tell me some of what you loved of Heroes in Crisis. Let's talk about it. Are you dealing with it? Are you depressed like I am over this damn series? Are you just so on edge about everything that's going on? Who do you think's the killer? Because I'm not entirely sure. But as per usual, guys, subscribe to my channel for any more comic book content, or check out any of the older videos I have up for offer here on KatRen Figures. Like I said earlier, I did do reviews of issues 1 through 3, so if you haven't checked those out already, please do, you know, catch yourself up to what is currently going on in the story. And until next time, I'm your host, KatRen. Bye.